A howdy and a howdy, I'm Madam Becca. If I'm on your feed, pay attention. Today I've got the Oracle of the Seven Energies. So let's see what they have to say for us today. You've been holding on to something and it has not been serving you. It hasn't been serving you for a long time, and it is time to let it go. Maybe even take it out of your anecdote rotation for a minute. Um, why is this here? You've been feeling the world, you've been adding to those feelings, you've been spreading those feelings around, and maybe figure out what feelings you actually want to put into the world. Because the world's going through it. There's a lot happening, and you've been feeling that psychic and emotional pressure. Um, while it is yours to hold, it is also not only yours to hold alone. And it's okay to set it down occasionally and focus it on your micro and let the world handle the world. No matter where you are, who you are, at a certain point you're like, what can I even do about this? So you go from where you've panned out and you have to bring it in so that um, eh, you can narrow your focus to where you actually have some impact, because each and every single one of us is only just one person. All right. During these chaotic times, right, the interesting times that we live in at the moment, the power of glorious purpose is going to serve you well. um, and figuring out what your glorious purpose uh, is, you know, something you is good to reevaluate every so often. Um, Now I'm gonna bring out the Moon Oracle and draw some clarification cards on each of these. All right. So for Let It Go, all right, for Let It Go, a clarification card is going to be: imagine what life would be like if you could just, like, if that hadn't happened, or if you just never talked about it again or never relived it in your head again. Can you imagine what that would be like? You can start with that on how to let it go. You have to first imagine it. um Infinity. Something will always happen. Something will always, that you're always going to have to revisit this process. There's always going to be something that's going to hit you so profoundly and mark you so deeply that it seems like it's going to be a fundamental part of your being forever. And it is, but it doesn't have to be like the core tenet of your existence. um and know that there are infinite ways that that can happen, and infinite ways for you to heal from it. All right. And if you're mindful in your thought processes and the way you do this and the way you trim how you think, then you will be successful. And revisiting this process every so often. I'm not saying cut things out of your mind, like, oh, I'll never think about them again. No, it's just, if you find yourself spiraling and ruminating on it to the point where it's like that's the entire tenet of your, like, some people only know you as that guy, maybe it's time to maybe talking about it like that is no longer a healing thing, and what it is you're just flogging yourself and reopening a wound over and over and over and over and over again. Processing it might take a different approach, is what it goes for that. With feeling the world, okay, reminder, feeling the world, our first clarification card is love. Have some love for yourself. What are you consuming from the outer world, and is it harming you, especially if it's something that you have limited ability to do anything about? um show yourself love and compassion, and try to show those immediately around you love and compassion, and hopefully that can spread the think like, think globally, act locally. Well, maybe think and act locally right now, Um, Global is hard. And if you're finding yourself feeling nothing but hopeless when all you're doing is thinking globally, then think locally. All right? It's okay to shift focus for a little while. You can return to it. You can return to it later. It's okay. Our next card is peace. There will not be peace on earth, so you have to find the peace within. Peace. Make peace with yourself, make peace with where you are in relation to the macro. Finding your peace with that. If you figure out how, let me know. Hey, cards, what do you think? Nature. All right, so first things first with nature. It does mean go out and touch grass, but this also means act according to your nature and understand that everyone else is going to be acting according to theirs. And try to be sure of the nature of the people you are sharing a foxhole with, and be at peace with your own nature and those of the people around you. All right? So even though you're feeling the world with love, peace, and an understanding of nature, you'll probably get through it. All right? And you'll be able to rehabilitate your relationship with your feeling the world. All right? And it won't like be destroying you. Wouldn't that be nice? And the power of purpose, your glorious, glorious purpose. Moon Oracle, what do you have to say or to add to our glorious, glorious, powerful purpose? Focus in on what you're good at, focus in on what you love, focus in on what makes you happy and is to the benefit of yourself and those around you. Focus. Choose what you're focusing on. If the macro is making you feel splintered and stuff like that, focus in on the micro. If you're overwhelmed, focus in on one thing. One, maybe two things, just so you don't get bored. Focus. It's a superpower. How do you find your focus and what to focus on? Well, what's going to resonate properly with you? What is the harmony that you are what is the things around you that is striking a chord within you? Where can you add to where you find the harmony? I mean, I think in music a lot. So it makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. I'm trying to figure out how would I put that into terms that isn't just like find what's the correct chord of whatever you're doing. It's like that sounds right. Maybe not quite like in super credulously like try not to be too credulous with everything, but you know, in that way you'll be able to help figure out what the correct thing to do is there's going to be like a chord, like a choir of angel, like oh, anyway. Hopefully sounding better than that. And spirit is coming up. Some would call it the Holy Spirit, some people would call it like whatever, your intuition, your sense of the divine, your connection to the beyond. In certain ways, you'll be told what your powerful purpose is. So for your powerful purpose, focus, try to find the harmony in your life and listen to the Spirit of God whispering to you what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Anyway, good luck.